Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at something maybe a bit surprising in our super digital world. The simple act of writing notes by hand. It feels like a paradox, doesn't it? We've got info flashing at us constantly, but putting pen to paper, still powerful. So for this deep dive, we're using excerpts from The Power of Writing Notes.pdf by Mark Brecha. And our mission, really, is to see how this old practice can bring clarity, maybe help with self-discovery, and get you organized, maybe even more successful. Okay, let's unpack this a bit. So the source kicks on with this exact point. In a world full of distractions, notifications, digital everything, writing stuff down seems almost, well, quaint. Why does it stick around? Why is it still so valuable?
Yeah, it's fascinating because writing notes, it's not just like copying things down. It's really an active engagement with whatever you're hearing or thinking. It makes you slow down, process things, internalize them, turns those sort of fleeting thoughts into something more solid, concrete.
That phrase, active engagement, that feels really important. Does the source say why that process, the slowing down, the internalizing, is better than just, say, hammering things out on a keyboard?
Oh, definitely, because it is slower, more deliberate. Writing forces you to, well, condense things, rephrase them in your own words. You're basically translating fuzzy ideas into something structured on the page. And that act of translation, that's where the real processing kicks in. It cements the idea. And think about today, right? Our attention's just scattered everywhere. So the ability to actually focus, pull things together, and remember them, it's not just nice to have, it's crucial more than ever.
And it's not just a feeling or an old habit we like. I understand the source actually gets into the science of it, too, why it works.
That's right. There's solid cognitive neuroscience behind it. Studies consistently show that writing by hand actually activates a greater number of neural cells in the brain compared to typing.
Whoa, really? A greater number? That sounds significant. What does that actually do for us?
It has a huge impact. It's directly linked to better memory, better understanding, and just learning more effectively overall. See, when you physically form the letters, the words, it involves this complex mix of motor skills, seeing it visually, and your brain working things out. It just deepens the engagement. It's like it physically rewires your brain a bit for better recall and understanding. It's a full cognitive workout, you could say.
Okay, understanding the brain science is one thing, but the source also brings in some powerful real-world stories, right? Examples of people who really leaned into this.
Absolutely. I mean, take Leonardo da Vinci. Everyone knows the name, his notebooks. They were just filled with sketches, detailed notes. They were really the crucible where his genius took shape. He wasn't just jotting things down. He was using them to develop ideas, connect totally different concepts, pull knowledge together from all over. That's how the breakthroughs happen.
A classic example for sure. But what about someone maybe more contemporary, in a creative space?
Well, you could look at J.K. Rowling. Apparently, before she even wrote the first chapter of Harry Potter, she meticulously outlined the entire 7-book series, all in handwritten notes.
The whole thing, right?
Yeah. Those notes gave her the structure, the clarity she needed for that incredibly complex story. It created the framework, to weave everything together so richly.
And outside of creative work, what about really demanding jobs? Is note-taking just about keeping records there?
Oh, it's much more than that. It often functions as like an extension of their memory and a tool for thinking on the fly. Think about doctors. During a consultation, they're carefully noting down patient details, symptoms, treatment ideas. Yes, it's vital for accuracy, for continuity of care later, but it also helps them actively listen and process really complex information right there in the moment.
That makes total sense. Almost like thinking out loud, but on paper.
Yes, exactly. Or engineers. They're constantly scribbling down measurements, design specs, analyzing problems, potential solutions in their notebooks. Those notebooks aren't just dusty archives. They become this living record of their thought process. Helps them track things, spark new ideas. Even accountants, quickly jotting down transactions, critical data, and maybe a small pocket notebook. It's like a first defense against mistakes. So if you step back and look at all these examples, the notebook isn't just a passive bin for information. It's an active extension of their memory, their thinking process. Our brain is like this amazing processor, right?
Yeah.
Always working. But it gets a huge boost from having an external memory system like a notebook. It basically frees up your mental RAM for the higher level stuff, thinking, creativity.
Yeah, the source even has this really striking example. A mother of 16 children. 16. And she apparently manages her incredibly complex life by writing down everything she needs to do first. It just shows how powerful a notebook can be for just navigating chaos, making things efficient. So it's not just for geniuses or big creative projects. Okay, we've hit on organization, memory, but what about the deeper stuff? What does this mean for you personally? How does writing notes go beyond just being productive?
Well, the act of writing, it really holds up a mirror to your inner world. It's quite a unique way to get into self-discovery.
Hmm.
It lets you take that constant internal chatter, put it outside yourself, and actually look at it. When you write, you start to spot things, hidden assumptions, maybe patterns in your thinking you didn't realize were there. You get real insights into what motivates you, what you really want.
That idea of an introspective journey, having a physical record of your thoughts, that feels like it offers a clarity that just, scrolling online doesn't.
Exactly. It's so much more effective than just passively consuming feeds or, comparing yourself to everyone online. That tangible record gives you something solid to work with, to reflect on. And this leads to something really profound. The source mentions that old saying, a problem well stated is a problem half solved.
That's a great line. How does just writing a problem down help solve it?
Well, when you're facing something complex, messy, forcing yourself to write the problem down demands precision, clarity. It brings a kind of order to all that mental chaos. Putting it down on paper lets you see it differently, maybe from a new angle. You can spot the underlying issues more easily, start formulating solutions. It's like decluttering your mind and arranging the pieces where you can see them. So ultimately, your notes become this invaluable roadmap for your mind, really crucial for tackling big projects, making smarter decisions, just keeping a sense of direction.
Right. This all sounds incredibly useful, but for some listeners, slowing down with pen and paper, it might still feel a bit, I don't know, counterintuitive in our fast world. So let's get practical. What are some actual steps you can take to start using notes more effectively, to get more organized?
Okay, number one, and maybe the most critical, just make it a habit. Keep your tools handy. Whether it's a notebook and pen or fine, even a digital app if that works for you. The point is to capture ideas right when they pop up. And remember, consistency beats perfection, especially at the start. Don't overthink it, just begin. Then find a system that clicks for you. Maybe it's just simple dated entries, chronological, that works great for lots of people. Or maybe you prefer organizing by theme, different sections, folders, tags, whatever makes it easy to find things later.
I've heard people talk about brain dumps. What's that about? How does it fit in?
Ah, yes, the brain dump or mind sweep. It's super effective. Just set aside, say, 10, maybe 15 minutes each day and write down absolutely everything that's swirling around in your head. Tasks, ideas, worries, anything. Its main purpose is to clear out that mental clutter. It reduces anxiety, make sure you don't forget something important. Then after you've dumped it all out, you look it over, prioritize, decide what needs action. It's like a mental reset. And prioritization itself is huge. Once you've got your thoughts out where you can see them, you need to figure out what really matters. You can use methods like the Eisenhower matrix, sorting tasks by urgent important, or something simpler like ABCDE, where A is must do, B is should do, down to E for eliminate. Just writing down those priorities actually helps you commit to them. And if you want more structure, especially for learning or meetings, you can try something like the Cornell note-taking system. You divide your page, main notes in the big section, cues or questions on the left, and a summary space at the bottom. It really forces you to process as you go.
Right, forces active listening.
Exactly. Or things like mind mapping, if you're more visual. These methods encourage active processing, not just, robotically typing what you hear. And finally, and this is really important, dedicate some specific time just for setting and relaxing your mind. Maybe 10, 15 minutes beginning or end of the day or before a big task. This isn't work time, it's thinking time. Strategic contemplation. Use it to review your notes, connect ideas, reinforce what you've learned, plan and prioritize based on what you've captured, tune ideas into actual steps. And also, crucially, allow for mindful reflection. Let your mind wander a bit over your notes. Spark new ideas, process feelings, reduce stress. It fosters calm and control.
It really sounds like the end goal here isn't just about capturing information. It's about managing yourself more effectively. Like the notebook is a tool for self-governance, almost a personal operating system for life, dashboard for your mind maybe. And that connects to even bigger ideas, right? Beyond just personal efficiency.
Definitely. The simple, consistent act of writing down your thoughts, your plans, your dreams, it cultivates this mindset where, yeah, anything feels possible. When you take a vague wish and physically write it down, it shifts. It becomes a concrete objective. Seeing it there in ink creates a different kind of commitment. It makes the path forward feel more tangible, helps you picture the steps. It really helps you push past those self-imposed limits that often come from just lack of clarity or, fear.
So the notebooks become these silent witnesses, nudging you forward, showing you where you intend to go, highlighting where you might need to grow. That's powerful self-accountability.
Exactly. And there's more. This personal growth, it ripples outward. When we become more organized, more self-aware, more effective through practices like this, we're just better equipped to contribute positively to our families, our work, our communities. You can enhance empathy, spark innovation, improve how we collaborate. The source points out something profound. The entire foundation of human knowledge, of progress, really rests on writing. Think about it, ancient scrolls, modern textbooks, scientific papers. Writing is how we've passed knowledge down through generations. So in a way, when you sit down to write notes, you're participating in this huge, grand human project of creating and preserving knowledge. It connects you to something fundamental.
Wow. So the power of writing notes, it's really deep, transformative. It unlocks clarity, yes, boosts organization, fosters self-discovery, but also cultivates that mindset where anything is possible. I love how the source puts it. It's not just about remembering, it's about becoming. So here's a final thought for you to consider. Maybe just pick up a pen, grab some paper today. Start writing your own story of possibility. Embrace that power you literally hold in your hands and just watch what happens when your aspirations start taking shape on the page.